all this drawing and graphic design and thing I do on this channel already, and I don't even have a proper logo. I didn't even make a logo for myself yet. So that's what I want to do. I want to make a proper logo that would fit with the theme of this channel. Thing is, I don't really know the theme of this channel yet, so we go in with what we have to work with, which is the name of the channel. The name of the channel is Zaz the Dragon. So Z, and we go built a dragon in it somewhere. Nice, cool. Right, so first step, sketch. Right, anytime you're doing vector work, you need to have, even if it's a rough sketch, you need to have some kind of sketch. You can't go straight into Illustrator or whatever vector software you're using and use all your fancy tools and pen and curves and shapes if you don't know what you're drawing. So make a little sketch first, even if you're going to eventually change it later, which, spoiler alert, we're going to change it because I didn't like how it ended up looking. But always have some kind of sketch. Right, so in Illustrator now, basically just building out the shapes. You can see here building out the shape for the dragon, and that's basically the bulk of the job there, building out all your shapes. Right, you could use your shapes afterwards to do whatever you want to do, like how we're going to cut these shapes out of the Z. But the 90% of your job in Illustrator is just to build your shapes, and then afterwards you can play with them and change the colors, put outlines, cut them out of each other, whatever. But first things first, step 0 is to build all your shapes after your sketch. Step 0.5. Right, so here's the big change that I said we was going to change the logo after, right? I just didn't like how it looked at this point. The bottom piece, I don't know, it looked too fragile. I know it's our logo, it just looked like the bottom piece was going to break out and fall out. You know, it looked like too much of the Z was missing. And I tried all how to fix it, all kind of thing. It just wasn't looking good. So decided to change the whole thing altogether. I put the tail on the outside instead of cutting it out of the Z. So that's what I was saying before. Don't be afraid to change what you already designed. It might look good in your head. It might even look good in the sketching. But after you do your vector work, sometimes things look different. So don't be afraid to change and break the original silhouette of what you already designed. Because yeah, I know it had to stray from the design that you already had in your head, right? But don't worry, it have an undo button. If you undo enough time, it could go back, right? Or if you forget to use the brain a little bit and save a copy somewhere, duplicate it and put it somewhere. If you forget to do that and you can't get it back, then it was looking shit in the first place. Alright, you can start over. It's okay. And yeah, after the main shape finished, that's really it. I mean, it's just time to play around with colors, play around with outlines, maybe offset a few things, but that's really it. Like in this case, I just decided to keep the flat shape, didn't add any outlines, didn't really do much other stuff, just kept this bit on a solid color, greenish looking background, and just add a little text to the bottom, and that was it. Look good on. Pretty simple process and very easy to do, so you could give it a try. Yeah, so real quick, I know this wasn't much of a tutorial, so if you all are interested in more in-depth tutorial style videos, I would love to know. So if you leave a comment, I could work on some of that. Now, I'm not the best in Illustrator, if it wasn't already painfully obvious, but one thing I believe I am very good at is the pen tool. And let me tell you something about the pen tool. The pen tool is 95% of the tools that you're going to use in vector work. In any vector software, if it have a pen tool, then that's probably 90% to 95% of the tool that you're going to use all the time. And I think I'm pretty good at the pen tool. So if I just do a tutorial on the pen tool, that will help anybody who going into vector work to be better at building out their shapes. And the pen tool, yes, it's a simple tool to use, but it does have a learning curve to it, and it does have a lot of tips and tricks that would help a beginner especially to use the pen tool. So if that's something you're interested in, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's the finished product. Thanks so much for watching. If you all like the video, I would really appreciate it if you could, give a like, subscribe, maybe even share the video. The thing is, this channel, I have a lot of plans for it. Yeah, doing a lot of drawing, a lot of vector stuff, but I'm also doing a lot of the woodwork videos. And the thing about it is that the vector designs and the drawing fit really well into the kind of woodworking I do, mainly based in CNC, lasering, engraving, stuff like that. So it have some really nice, exciting videos coming up. So if you subscribe and you have the notification bell on, then you wouldn't miss out on the other videos. So yeah, thanks again and have a great day.